Morning, social media friends. Welcome to today's live stream episode of Real Living in Bridgeport. Good morning to all of you. And as I am leading us off, let me add my co host, Warren Wu, into today's conversation. Here we go. Hey, Warren.
Hi, Bill. Hi, everyone.
So today, unlike our last recent episode, you're not mobile today. You're stationary.
Yes, luckily.
All right, all right. So, hey, good morning to all of you social media friends. Warren and I are going to lead you into our live stream conversation today, talking about real estate, real living in Bridgeport. So, Warren, lead us off with dropping your expert knowledge about what's going on with real estate and the market in Bridgeport.
So, in the Bridgeport, Chicago area, housing inventory is still very low. People are still not very actively selling, and then people are kind of like being slow buying as well. Like a lot of the properties, single family, multi-units, they're on the market a little bit longer than usual. Maybe to see how everything is going, where the rates are going, and how the economy is going right now with all the trade war going
I know.
on. So, yeah, it's been an interesting week.
Yeah, I'm thinking this. I think with how this week has been so alarming, right? The trade wars, the tariffs. I have a feeling it's going to compel a certain segment of people to do stuff. So let me explain. You and I probably know that all of a sudden people are thinking, "Oh, I better buy my new car now because if I don't, it's going to cost me more money."
Right.
Right? I mean,
Right.
okay. So let's use that. Let's use that talking point and maybe apply it to real estate. Do you think that's going to affect your business and my business, real estate? And the reason why I'm asking is because if people are moving to a new home, well, Warren, you and I both know this, they may want to refresh the home with new furniture, new appliances. All that shit is going to get expensive.
Right.
especially if they are getting shipped to you because they're not, guess what, made in the USA, right?
Right.
All right. So who knows? Maybe
Right.
some of this tariff craziness might just incentivize some sellers and buyers to do something now, today, rather than wait.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think unemployment, with it moving up potentially, might motivate the inventory to open up? Some sellers may say, "Oh, I got to sell my home. I can't afford this anymore."
I agree. I mean, because people need to move, they need to downsize or move back closer to family, home,
Right.
relocate if they find a new job, because a lot of government jobs are being cut down.
I know.
So they're looking for private sector jobs. So, I mean, there's plenty of private sector jobs open for people to like move around. So I'm guessing that would potentially open up more homes.
Okay. All right.
Especially since we're not in the DC area. The DC area.
We're not in the DC. What do they call it? The Beltway corner, right? The Washington Beltway. I was trying to think of the word. I have a feeling they have an opposite problem to you and me here in the greater Chicagoland, especially the neighborhood of Bridgeport. They probably have a lot more inventory.
Yes.
Spot on. All right. my next question, I want to move the conversation forward with you, Warren. What would you do, Warren? And what do you think some of your clients might do, your friends, your clients might do, if all of a sudden there is $25,000 available to them? What would you do?
I would invest or buy a home.
Oh, so you would drink your own Kool-Aid, meaning you would buy more real estate, maybe make a move, even though that is your business, right?
Right, of course.
Okay. Can I share with you what some people are maybe not going to do? Maybe they're not going to drop this kind of money. $25,000. Let me break it down for you. $25,000 over 1 year is about an $1,800 rent of a nice condo. You agree?
Give or take, yes. In parts of Chicago, yes.
Parts of Chicago. All right. Or $25,000 could be rent of $2,000 a month over 2 years. Right?
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because for all of you who may be watching today's live stream episode or getting it as an on-demand recording, here's the one thing I'm dropping. I've shared this with Warren already, and that is we have a solution to assist you in getting a hold of $25,000. It is enabling you to not have to use your own money, right? You can get this $25,000. This is, of course, I'm using a simple purchase of a $500,000 real estate property, whether it's a condo, townhome, single family home, or a small multi-unit. So let me bring up what this solution looks like. This solution that we provide has literally no restrictions. Warren, no geography restrictions, no income restrictions. So let me repeat, no geography, no income restrictions. And it is meant to help the buyers who think they might not qualify because of maybe less than rockstar credit. So this solution, we call it Home Start. Take a look at this. Let me zoom in a little bit just to highlight some things for you. Again, some key things. This is enabling you to better leverage and use up to $25,000 to help you with your next life event. The next thing I want to talk about is this, Warren. You and I know this, right? In the neighborhood of Bridgeport, there are gonna be some properties that are ugly, distressed, dated.
Yes, all the time, all the time.
And so I am certain with all of the business that you do and the business that I've done, we always get asked the question of like, hey, what happens if I'm selling or buying a property where some of these appliances don't exist? Okay.
Right.
And in today's live stream, I want to help you understand, well, what happens? Is that a deal breaker, showstopper, or simply a speed bump in your journey of buying real estate? And what I'm about to drop for all of you so you can see it is, here is a snapshot of the minimum appliance requirements. And this is, of course, using the delivery of FHA financing as a talking point. So first thing first, the appliances have to be in working order in the event of a buyer using FHA financing. It has to be working. It has to turn on. I know the question you asked me earlier, Warren, was, well, what if in some of these older homes, they don't have a dishwasher? Well, if they don't have it, they don't have it. So that's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's use the other example. What if in a property there's a hole where a dishwasher used to be? How do you deal with that? Right?
Right.
Okay. So back to what I shared with you. In the case of sourcing FHA financing, you do need to have that dishwasher to occupy the space that, an older dishwasher was there. Okay. So
Okay.
FHA is much more restrictive, meaning it has to be ready and safe for the next home buyer to occupy that property to take possession. Conventional, not so much, a little less restrictive.
That's good to hear. That's good to
Yeah.
know too. It's definitely
Yep,
helpful.
absolutely. So as we wrap up today's episode of Real Living in Bridgeport, are you going to be watching the Cubs play this afternoon, Warren?
No, I'll be working.
You'll be working. Love it. So will I. So as we wrap up today's episode of Real Living in Bridgeport, for those of you who are thinking, hey, I love what you guys just shared. How can I start a conversation with you? Real simple. All you need to do is simply scan this wrong image here. Let me drop this one. All you got to do is scan this QR code. Here we go. That you see next to Warren and myself. We will be glad to start a conversation with you to help you benefit from $25,000. So remember that. As we end this episode, let me ask my music posse to play us out. Here we go, music posse. Warren, enjoy your afternoon.